Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my week 2 check-in for the month of July. So we're going to jump right on into it. So my check-in was from the 7th through the 13th. Before we get into all of that, we're actually going to close out my last paycheck from June because I did not do that with you all because it was for technically a 2-week period. So we're gonna go first and go into this paycheck because it was paid out on the 30th. I don't do a paycheck to paycheck budget in the fashion that most people do it. I do a monthly budget and then I break my monthly budget down into a paycheck to paycheck budget. But all of the money that I receive for that month stays in that month. I don't carry it on for the following month. So technically, if this was paid out on the 25th or something like that, or no, if this was earlier on in the month, like the other 2 checks in June, they would have been closed out in June as well too. But not to confuse y'all. Let's just jump right on into this. I was hearing a sound for a second. I was trying to figure out what it was. Okay, so I budgeted my main income to be $1,600. I ended up getting $1,753.34. Part of this was from some overtime that I did the previous paycheck that my manager forgot to fix, so they added it onto this check. So I had $1,753.34 to work with. I made an extra transfer to my household account, which was $300. So that was where we are. And we are just doing this together, you guys, because I don't have anything set up for this to look at. So I'm just praying the numbers come out correctly. So we're at $1,453.34. We're going to roll over that monies to my cashless envelopes, which were already fully stuffed. So, oops, there was nothing here. So we're going to bring that over to my cashless sinking funds. And I put $200 towards my sinking funds, and pretty much that entire $200 went towards my car insurance because it is due at the end of this month, and I wanted to make sure that I had all the money that I needed in there. So minus 200 brings me to $1,253.34. We're going to bring that over to my snowball. And I actually ended up putting in $591.96 because I wanted to get the account to an even 600. So we are at $591.96, $591.96, and that leaves me with $661.38. And that is what we're going to carry over to my savings. And this is actually what I put into my extra savings, y'all, was $661.38, which leaves me with $0 to roll over. If you don't know, I do keep, well, now it's $223 of a buffer in my checking account to be able to cover any bills from one paycheck to another. Right now, actually, that amount is actually good for me. It covers everything that I need. Eventually, I do want to put or have a little bit more money in there as more of a cushion, but right now that 223 is what is working for me. So now we're going to go to my expense tracker to look what has been going on with my expenses. So from the 7th through the 13th, we just had my Netflix come out, and this is out of my main account, this expense tracker. We had Netflix for $21.64 and then my Acorns for $3. So that was all that happened. And back here with some unbudgeting tracking, I have my Walmart card. I guess I did make 2 orders on the 4th. I don't know how or why, but I did. And I want to say this Walmart charge actually happened prior to July 4th, but I do try to make sure that I keep or I check all of my accounts. I don't normally use my Walmart card, so I don't really check it as often, but I'm glad that I caught it. So that was $64.46. And then for my Spark, I had, y'all, let me tell you, I'm like a teeny bit upset, but then I'm not. I thought that I was going to maybe stop using the Budget Moms worksheets for a little bit. And so I was looking for something else. And I found a couple of worksheets and stuff that I thought that I would like. And I pondered on it for like 2 or 3 days. And then I was like, okay, I want to do it. I bought them. And these are like 2 separate things. Sorry, y'all. The first one was a digital one. I really, really loved it. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm going to go straight digital. And then after I got it, I just had buyer's remorse. I was like, yeah, this isn't giving me everything that I wanted. And then I bought like another like actual worksheet thing. Long story. So it didn't really happen on the 5th, but I'm just documenting it on the 5th. So for these 3 cards, these are the ending balances. So these are the extra things that I need to pay back before the end of the month. So whatever extra money I get in commissions, then some of that money is going to need to go to that. But that's just what happened with my expense tracker. So let's go and look at my cashless cash envelope and see what I've been spending. So the first thing that we are going to look at is groceries. And lately I have been shopping at Walmart because that's just what's been working for me. So on the 7th, we are going to do my highlighter, and I use my highlighters to highlight what categories I did my spending in. And so I have Walmart, and I spent $87.05. The goal was, I think, to stay under like 86 or 84. So I think I went a little bit over, but that's okay. Ooh, doing videos at nighttime, I don't know how y'all do it. I just get so tired, but I think I'm also tired this time around because I drank some sleepy time tea to maybe help me sleep well tonight. Because I don't remember it, but I woke up tired. But my husband said I woke up several times throughout the night and I just wasn't sleeping. So he had bought me sleepy time a while back, so might as well drink the tea, y'all. Drink the tea. So I had 1 gas payment, and once again I waited until like the last minute to go and get gas. And so we're gonna go highlight the 11th, and we are gonna put Shell, and I spent $47.92, which once again I could be saving money, but I think it's kind of all the same in a sense. But I do fill up my tank at a half a tank, and I try to keep it that way. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. Next is household, but I don't do anything for household. And I keep telling myself that I need to move this to the back because it's just not a thing anymore. And I'm still like doing all the things, right? So while we're on here, let's just put this back here because we're not using that. Okay, and then let's put this back in here, and then let's move on with the remainder of my cashless cash envelopes. Okay, so next is personal. As y'all can see here, I did go and get my crusty nails taken care of. I did my eyebrows, and I also got a nice pedicure. I needed it, y'all. And I had to get my nails like fully redone because those suckers weren't done in almost 4 months. So yeah, so I did have some self-care. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Bear with me. I had some self-care, which was done on Friday because I was off that day. So we had some self-care, and we're just going to write it down as self-care. And I spent $109.25, and it was for all 3 of those services plus a tip. So that's where we are there. Okay, and then nothing for miscellaneous. I did have to buy lunch maybe 1 or 2 times. No, I think just once, but I have been racking up a lot of points and rewards on my credit cards. So I've just been using those rewards to cover my Chipotle meals. So that's why y'all don't see anything. I'm surviving just a tiny bit on that. So that was everything, you guys, for my cashless envelopes. And I am not putting anything down for household this month. This week, I know that I did go to Target and spend some money, but I need to divvy up the money first on the receipt, and I haven't done that yet. So I'll just slip it in somewhere into the budget before the end of the month to make sure those things got taken care of. Once again, excuse me, y'all. So literally, y'all, this was all that was spent. I had 3 purchases. I am so proud of myself because when I look back at some of the months previous to this, I was spending a lot, just even in like groceries and gas and things of that sort. So I am really proud of myself for staying within budget. So the last thing I like to do is I like to go through all of our numbers here to do our weekly check-in. So I'm going to kind of move this over to the side. And I do like to use different colors, y'all. And we're actually going to use pink today. Let's use some pink, okay? Okay. All right, so we're going to zoom in a little bit so y'all can see that. So we are going to start with my rollover. So rollover for groceries was $256.34. I spent $87.05. So let's see what that leaves me with for the next 2 weeks. We have $256.34 minus $87.05. Leaves me with $169.29. If I divide that by 2, that gives me about $84 that I'm allowed to spend, or that I would want to spend to be able to stay within budget. Next is going to be gas, and I rolled over $163.36. And I spent $45.65. Okay, so we are going to do $163.36 minus $45.65 puts me at $117.71. Divided by 2 gives me about $58 for the next 2 weeks. So I am still doing well when it comes to gas, and I'll probably need to fill up maybe Friday or Saturday. So that will be my gas for this week. So I'm doing really, really well, even with gas prices being so heavy right now. For household, there is nothing going on this week. For personal, we rolled over $124. And look at me, y'all. Look at me. Still staying within budget. What was it? 105.25? Is that what it was? Yes, 109.25. So we have 124 minus 109.25, and that leaves me with $14.75. So y'all, we are still within budget. And then nothing for spending, because like I said, I've been using my cashless, my cash rewards from my credit cards. I think it was one day for lunch because I was off Monday. I packed lunch Tuesday. I think I ate out Wednesday, and then I packed lunch for Thursday. So we are now going to count up how much money I have spent for the week. So we have $87.05 plus $45.65 plus $109.25. So we spent $241.95. Where did I put my black pen, y'all? Here we go. So for week 2, I spent $241.95. And that was almost the same, but a little bit less than what I spent last week. And it looks like that's almost like around the average just for things that I have to purchase. Last month it was the more spending in groceries. This week, last week. This week it's more so in the spending of self-care. But this is it, y'all. This is my weekly check-in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned a little something new if you haven't. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.